and welcome to A Gypsy's Kiss. It's Friday Fenndango, Friday the 13th, in fact, and I'm the magical treasure princess and life coach to the stars, Shelley Carney.
Your title is getting progressively longer the more we do this. And I'm Toby Younis, Associate Administrator to the Life Coach to the Stars and Magical Treasure Princess. And what's our other one? Sand Genie?
Magical Sand Genie.
On our World Sand Project. We had a really cool World Sand Project show today. We have a lot to get done tonight, but I will try to get to the phones as soon as possible. But I got about 5 or 6 things we got to get taken care of before we get to the phone. So bear with us. We should have a lot of fun tonight. Busy. Man, we've had a busy day. We're going to have a busy night.
Busy.
Yeah.
Like little buzzy bees.
I got to take care of this first.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
Do you want towels?
Sí.
Sí,
Towels.
seguro que sí. Of course I want towels. Our camera's kind of high there. Let's bring it down there just a little bit. There we go. I don't like a lot of headroom.
I know.
Remember to like this video. YouTube likes it when you like this video. The Magical Treasure Princess to the Stars likes it when you like your video. Did I mix that up?
Magical Treasure Princess and Life Coach
to the Stars likes it when you like our videos. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, and the entirety of your social networks so that we can
grow the channel.
And not do your genie thing. How did that go? This is what keeps me alive right here. And
because I'm your life coach
to the stars.
Don't forget that.
Why don't you so let me finish this 3D and I'll pick up on that. And subscribe to the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to subscribe to the channel. And when you click on that subscription channel, ring the notifications bell, and that way when we start a live stream or when we launch that's not right. When we launch a live stream or we schedule a live stream, you will be immediately informed and
in the know.
Because we know there is nothing better than being in the know. So 3D Bronze, thank you for your contribution to our project. He did mention, I'm going to put a link there, so if you guys ever buy anything from 3D Bronze and show them kind of the things, you can get yourself a rooster coin. I don't know if you can buy. I didn't see them on the catalog. We're gonna go take a look at it after a while. But look at this beautiful piece right there. Ugh, doesn't that just break your heart? It's so pretty. Anyway, we now have an affiliate link. So if you do decide to go buy anything from 3dbronze.com, please use the link that I'm posting in the room. I've also put it in the description box below. And that way we get a little percentage of the sale, continuing our expansion and growth.
And if you would like your comment highlighted in one of these lovely boxes, such as 3D Bronze has demonstrated for us, simply go to the bottom of your chat to the grayed out $sign, click on that. YouTube will take you by the hand and show you all the lovely items you may purchase, including fun stickers of all price ranges, and you can put your comment in a colored box and it pops up on the screen and we're sure to see it. And plus you get one of these.
And there's not anything better than getting one of those, is there? And then last but not least, if you're going to, if you'd like us to see the comment that you're making to us, precede your comment with the @ Gypsy's Kiss. And that way it'll highlight it on the chat screen in front of us.
William Hada has done so.
Right, William
Follow
Hada
his
did.
example.
And then, of course, we'd like to say thank you to our moderators. They're the ones with the big blue wrenches, and they do, on occasion, use
Welcome,
them.
welcome, welcome to
K-Pro,
the Big Blue
Holly,
Ranch.
Sassy, although we haven't seen Sassy for a couple of days.
She's right there.
Oh, okay. Sassy, ES, Greg Keller,
And Toby Fan 3000.
Toby
John
Fan
Warner,
3000.
which we haven't seen him in a
No,
while.
yeah, I'll bet you he's busy with
Busy man.
yeah, with his business. He's got a
Working.
business to
He's a
he's got a
businessman.
business man
Doing
to take care of.
business.
Okay, and then did you do the thing about give us money? Yes.
And text us.
Oh,
at
and
this
text us.
number.
Yeah. If you want to send us a text or leave us right now, we're gonna the phone lines are closed. But if you'd like to communicate with us, send a text message to 202-815-1171, or you can call that number and leave a voicemail of up to 2 minutes. It will knock you out of your socks after 2 minutes. But hey, do it. Okay. So
That's
there's one
all
thing.
we got for housekeeping.
There is one thing that I wanted to cover before we cover anything else. Would you read that letter from Jens, please?
This one on top.
Yeah.
Ooh, tiny writing.
Yeah, I think I did
I
that.
got my glasses out here.
Do you want me to read it?
Should put it under the microscope.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
This is about Seattle Sullivan from Jens. Dear Toby, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for your open ear on the matter about Seattle Sullivan. Before I start, you want me to read the whole thing? Or?
Read the whole thing.
Okay. Before I start with Seattle, I would like to say that I'm aware that there are other searchers.
Good. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm aware there are other searchers who are also having tough times and or serious issues. However, Seattle has no roof over his head, which at this time of year, I'm going to guess he meant to say something
Over
like,
his
which
head
is difficult.
at this time of the year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. At this time.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not just homeless, but also handicapped, particularly physically disabled, I think, from that accident he had many years ago that led him into this situation. Why do I help him? First, he's homeless, and in my documentary, of course. Second, he's a very positive personality, which impresses me. He's much more positive than many who are way more blessed. Third, he does not give up. He's always trying to stay on his own feet and keep going. The last time I met Seattle was in the Mojave Desert in mid-November. Please find some pictures attached that you can share. I noticed that Seattle had some issues such as his health, his car, and no money, of course. And in addition, winter seems to be tough this year. For that reason, I suggested to him to open a PayPal account for donations. Every single dollar helps and goes directly to Seattle. And here's the link. PayPal.me/Seattle Sully. Respect and thanks to those who have already supported or still supporting Seattle. I hope there will be some more. P.S. The photo of his car without the wheels and the Christmas tree was sent to me by Seattle today. The other pictures are screenshots of my footage when I met with him in the desert a few weeks ago. And here's his phone number.
Oh, okay.
And he knows about it, and you can call him.
Oh, right. So, for those of you who don't know Seattle Sullivan, he is a searcher. He is one of those searchers that is and has been down on his luck. But he's committed to the search. He was the one at the 2019 Fenndango who won the copy of The Thrill of the Chase that we all signed, that a lot of searchers and Forrest Fenn signed. So at worst, he could, I suppose, put that on eBay and make some money from that. That's not what he chooses to do. And he's just in a difficult situation. And Jens and I were talking this afternoon. Jens, as you know, is one of the several that are making documentaries on the Fenn Treasure. A lot of you have seen some of his work. As a matter of fact, I've invited Jens to come back on so we can talk about how he's getting along with his documentary. It may not be in this week because everybody's busy with the holidays, but we might do it right after the first of the year. Anyway, he sent me these pictures, and I'm just going to run through them. I don't have an explanation, but then I want you to know how you can help Seattle. So these look like they were the ones taken in the Mojave. Now, I know since then he's moved to New Mexico, and he's someplace here in New Mexico. He had a place to stay, but that fell through. So he's back to living in his car, wherever it is. Oh, look, interesting. There's that copy of The Thrill of the Chase that he won. So he's still out there, and like Jens said, there are a lot of people in need at this time of the year. They are, especially during the holidays. It always seems that there are people that we can help. Um, I think Jens has kind of taken Seattle under his wing per se, and is trying as much as he can to help them. So Jens sent me this letter. He sent me these pictures, and he gave me the link. And the link is paypal.me/Seattle Sully. You see it right there. And I've also put a copy of the link in the description box below, and I will post it right now in the room. So you have that as well. So anybody, I made a contribution for us earlier this afternoon, and anybody who would like to make a small contribution to help him out. And the nice thing about PayPal.me is PayPal doesn't take anything. So if you give him $1, he gets $1. So PayPal doesn't take any money out of this. So if you'd like to, please help him. I'm going to try and reach him right now since we're on the topic, and I wanted to make sure that this was at the front end of our show tonight. So give me a moment while I call this number.
And the link was, once again, it was paypal.me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On here.
I just posted it to the.
Okay.
I'm,
There you go.
Okay.
That's the link if you choose to make use of it.
started dialing my number. 742. Oops, I'm not supposed to do that.
La, la,
Take your
la.
headset off. Lift your ears. Set it.
Am I supposed to make noise while it's calling?
Oh, no, because I already.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. Announcement for Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
Shit, man, that was my fault. Okay, let me do that again. So I'm not using a phone like an old man.
What?
Hey, Sully, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, do me a
Hold on.
favor. Do me a favor and turn the audio on your computer off. Otherwise, it's going to get confusing.
There we go.
All right.
Turn the audio off on that, would you?
That's good. So we just, if you've been watching, you know that I got that letter from Jens and Masuda, and you know that I showed some of the pictures, and I've showed the folks. As a matter of fact, your PayPal.me page is on right now, and I shared the link not only in the chat room, but I've shared it in our description box for this video. So,
Yeah, appreciate it.
my pleasure. We're happy to help, and we felt like it during this time of the year especially. So, how are things with you?
Hanging in there.
Yeah.
Other than a bad toothache the last couple of days.
Ouch.
I got the new bearing in on my car. I've had Tom Hardy here. He let me stay at his place for last week or so to get her done. And
Yeah.
so I have a place to do it.
And that was, hang on, let me go back to that photo. That was the last photo that you sent Jens with the Christmas wreath /
Yeah, that's my Jimi Hendrix Christmas wreath from Seattle up there from Renton,
Yeah.
where he's buried. Yeah.
All right. So you did get your wheel fixed and you're mobile again, right?
Yeah, in a sense.
And so Jens mentioned that you had moved out to New Mexico, but whatever agreement or whatever plan you had kind of fell through. Where are you now? And what does the near-term future look like?
Yeah, I'm up in Espanola, up at Tom Hardy's place, and I was going to be down at Deming down there, another searcher's property who's letting me stay there, Boomers, and I didn't have a place really to do it down there, and so they put their heads together and, hey, come on up here. So here's where I ended up a couple weeks ago, and tomorrow, weather permitting, I'm going to go up to my search area and take a look, and hopefully I'll find the chest.
Oh, well, good. Well, that'll solve that way. Let me know right away, and then I'll just tell people they don't have to send you any money anymore.
Well, yeah.
So, what's
So,
in store for you in the near-term future? What are your plans over, say, the holidays?
I'm kind of tentatively at this point going to come back here to Tom's on Christmas, so I have a place to stay.
Yeah.
I'm down to like $30.
Yeah.
I'm on Social Security, and it doesn't go far.
Well, with any luck,
least.
we'll have a little bit more money for you in that PayPal account.
Yeah, that was kind of unexpected. I got a call from Jen today and telling me about all this, and it's like kind of a whirlwind of events here today because I hadn't planned on all this happening so fast.
Well,
I'm glad he caught me because I would have been up in. Wasn't for this toothache, I would have been up in my search area today, and there would have been no reception, and I wouldn't have known about your show or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but I'm planning on heading probably back down to. If I don't find the chest, I'm probably planning on heading back down to Deming, where it's a little warmer. I was up here last winter. I spent the winter in my car up by Arroyo Hondo last year.
Oh.
And it was 12 below zero.
Yeah, that's...
And a lot of snow.
For those of you...
And I had my... I had my heater.
Go ahead.
My heater was my camp stove, and I had that going in my driver's seat just to survive. It was pretty rough, but some of us searchers, we're 24/7. We go all year. We don't quit for winter, and we're not stupid. We're not taking chances and risks. But if it's a year-long thing for some of us.
Yeah. So
hardcore.
Let me ask you a question. We just got a question from the chat room, and it was one of our viewers, Silver Fox, asking if there was a way for searchers in New Mexico to contact Seattle so they can hang out with you again. Would you care if I gave out your phone number for people to contact you, or do you have an email address? How would you like
I
me
have
to
an email address. It's SeattleSullivan@Yahoo.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I'm going to type
all
it.
Small case letters.
I'm going to type that into the chat room for folks that want to get in touch with you. Okay, so you should. Deming is nice. For those of you that aren't familiar, Deming is in southern New Mexico. It is not. It's not living in the tropics, but it's a lot warmer than, say, Arroyo Hondo. For those of you again who don't know, Arroyo Hondo is actually north of Taos, so it can get pretty crispy up there.
Yeah.
Regina Mann says clove oil will help with the toothache. So we're getting advice from the chat room.
Help with what?
Clove oil, oil of clove.
Oh, right.
Will help with the toothache. And if you don't believe me, watch the movie Running Man with what's his name?
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman, yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
All right. Well,
right now I took a handful of Advils, and it's helping.
So I'm gonna say my email address, and I'd appreciate it if you now have my phone number in whatever phone you're using, so you can get back in touch with us. But if you want to keep us up to date and up to speed on where and what you're doing, just send an email to gypsykiss@gmail.com.
Sure.
Okay.
And
just,
I'm not sure if we met at the Fenbury last year or not.
We met for only a moment because my name. I took a picture. You may or may not remember because it was a real busy time. I took a photograph of you holding open the page where I had signed my name on that book. So if you go to the treasure map page, you'll see my signature there. So that's so we did meet, and you met Shelley then. And we'll look forward to meeting you again. If it has to be next February, fine. But just keep us in the loop. Let us know what you're doing, and I'll keep reminding people to contact you via this PayPal account. That would be great.
Very good.
Okay.
Very good. Thank
All right,
you.
sir. Good luck, and you take care, safe travels, and have a good holiday.
Feliz Navidad.
Yes, a usted también. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a... All right, that was fun. So I wanted to make sure we got that taken care of today. Jens is right. There's a lot of people that are always in need, but I think this has become kind of a special project for Jens, and I think he sees the desperation, and Seattle Sully it always seems to be in good spirits and thriving and surviving in a very difficult situation. My father, I tease Shelley about this because my father would see someone in that situation, and he had a phrase, and I'm sure that it was common in that era, and he would say, "There, but for the grace of God, go I," and it doesn't take much in this time, in this era, for us to fall into situations where we're struggling, and hopefully there are people out there with the kind of love and care for others that they're willing to help just a little bit, and it doesn't require a lot. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can be $1, $2, $3, and it'll be helpful to him. I mean, he's at the stage where, if you're living on Social Security, which honestly I know people who don't pay much. So, okay, thanks for that, you guys. Thanks for doing that for us. So I do want to mention, you know that we give shall I do the giveaways video? We're not doing giveaways, but I guess I can play the video.
I want some of those butt drums and that big tall hat. Woo!
Honestly, it's just so I can play the butt drums, right? So the giveaways for this coming Wednesday include the Ammonites slate that dates back beyond someplace between 65 and 120 million years old. And we got this, I bought this at the Wyoming Dinosaur Museum on our last summer's vacation.
In Thermopolis,
Wyoming. And then also this week's gift includes a keychain from the Florissant Fossil Beds National Monument in Colorado, which we also visited, and I bought that from there. And then the last thing that included in this week's giveaway is one of the miniature 3D bronze boxes. So that all goes out. We'll give that away next Wednesday, and the only thing that you have to do to qualify for that giveaway, because we pick someone at random, the only thing that you have to do to qualify is go back to last Wednesday's video show, December 11th, and make a comment. Preferably a
nice one,
a positive one. Okay. And if you guys want to look at those photos, I actually put them in an album. So let me, I'll give you the link to the album in case you want to go back and check them out. Let's see. So that's a link to the photo album that I just showed you from
Seattle. You have to actually hit enter.
Yeah, instead of just letting it sit there.
Yeah. Works better that way.
Roger that. And as I said, I posted his PayPal account in the chat room, and it's also in the description box below if you should see this after this show is published.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
I do have one other thing to show before. So let's do this, and then let's do videos. Is that okay?
Do what?
Videos.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Whatever. It's your list of things to do.
Okay. Well, we did giveaways, so
Yes.
videos is next, and then we can go to emails. Okay. So, over the past couple of shows that Christy and Mike have had, they've shared some videos with us that they had. They called them their cutting room floor videos that they aren't going to include in the documentary, but they thought the community should see them. The problem was that Mike is experimenting with a Rodecaster Pro, which is the mixer that we have and they recently acquired. And we know from experience, and you guys should know, that it takes it's a pain in order to get dialed in so you don't hear echoes, and it's hard to figure out why the echoes are there. So the four of us talked about it, and we decided that one of the things that would help is if I play the videos on my channel without the echo, so that you guys have the clear videos without the echo, and you can see them then. So Mike sent them to me this afternoon, and let me open up the first one. So I'm going to play the keyword one first.
From Monday.
Wait.
You've been very generous, both of you, with your time.
Okay, so I need to move this over to this side. Oh, it's not going to do that. Oh, it's not going to.
No!
Oh,
What did
no,
you
we've
do?
created a monster. Okay, hang on. So let me see. I need to open it up over here, but it's not opening.
You have been very generous, both of you,
Man.
with
Hold
your
on.
time.
Hold on. So my problem is. Okay. Can I move it over here? There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it over, and I'm going to play it so that you guys can hear it with other links. That's what I
Come
just
back. Oh, man.
You're going to have to go. Okay.
What happened?
Hold on. Where were you going to? There. Okay. There you go. It should take you right back to where you were. All right. So as I said, I'm going to
Technical
play
difficulties.
both
Please stand
videos
by.
without us talking, and hopefully without any echo, so that they're clear for everybody. I'll play the keyword one, and then right after that, I'm going to play the lead searcher one. Okay. So let me do a screenshot here, and let's do that.
You have been very generous, both of you, with your time.
Can I ask one question, Forrest? Just one? Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Do you still believe there's a word that is key that searchers should focus on?
Yes.
And is that word in the
Well,
poem?
you said one question.
Then you ask it, Christy. Is that word in the poem?
May I ask a
I'm so
question?
far ahead of these guys.
Yes. Cynthia wanted to ask something. May I ask a question? Is that word in the poem?
Now, that was two questions. You asked if you could ask a question, was the question.
And you thought I was bad.
I take you literally. What's your question?
Is the key word in the poem?
Well, that's what he asked me.
No, he asked you if there is one, and you said yes. My question is it in the poem?
There's one word that will help you more than some of the others
In the poem.
in the poem.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Forrest. That's pretty big for searchers.
But you gotta have all of them. One is not gonna take you there.
Yeah.
Well, I've been asked 100 times, which is the most important clue in the poem? It's so obvious to me the most important clue is the last one because you're holding the treasure. How could you say any of the other clues are more important than that one? I'm a maverick, aren't I?
You know what's great about that is sometimes he is 13 years old all over again. Okay, so that's the keyword one. Let me play the lead searcher one. Let me stop. Wait. Okay, and again, I'm just doing this so you guys. Ooh, my raise the audio, so I'm gonna have to come down. So you guys can have one without any echo in it. All right, so here's the lead searcher.
Why is the sound on your phone?
Sorry. All right, we won't talk or anything.
So the community is dubbed a lead searcher. Do you believe there's a lead searcher?
Define that term. What is a lead searcher?
The searcher closest to the treasure chest?
How in the world would you know that you were the closest? If you know that you're the closest, why don't you get the treasure chest and go home? As far as I'm concerned, there's no such thing as a lead searcher. And I don't know where that phrase originated, but
And so many are confident that they are they have it found or they're right there. Does that surprise you? And it's such an interesting phenomenon, I find.
That's who we are as a people. Hundreds of thousands of people have figured out exactly where the treasure is. They know it's there, but they go there and it isn't there. So one of two things have happened. Either somebody's already found it and they're mad, or the whole thing's a hoax. And they write me and tell me that they're mad at me or they're the person that found it. But the funny thing is they're all still out there looking. It may be a hoax, but if it's a hoax, why don't you quit looking for it?
You know, we had a conversation about this last night in our member vault group. We, as you know, in our member vault, we take the opportunity to go through the book in great detail to see what we're missing and what we can pick up from that. But we had a conversation about whether or not it was a hoax. And what I had one member that after a lot of years being involved is starting to kind of feel like maybe there's something that isn't here. And I said to her what I say to everybody at this time when they're feeling like that. If you don't believe that Forrest Fenn assembled a treasure, if you don't believe that Forrest Fenn hid that treasure somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe, and if you don't believe that he then wrote a poem with clues describing where he hid that treasure, then stop right now. Don't put any money, any effort, any time into it. And that's what I told our member in the member vault. So there are those. Thank you to K-Pro, to Christy and Mike for letting us play those videos on our channel without the echo that they had on theirs. And again, I know what they're going through because when we first installed the Rodecaster, we went through the same set of problems. And as a matter of fact, I promised Mike that we would spend some time this weekend seeing if we could get them through this so they don't have the problem anymore. Okay, but again, we're very grateful for them having shared that with us. So I hope you guys can take advantage of that. And I think now, let me check my list.
Let's hope that answers a lot of questions.
Right, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
This is an email from a person with several names.
You're right. Yeah.
And the title is Searching Gear. What do you bring out with you when you search? Compass, bear spray, thrill of the chase, a map, sandwich, flashlight, anything else?
What's a little, he's the...
Owen.
So Owen, there's actually a couple of ways to answer this question. One way is, what do I pack in my truck? And Shelley will confirm for you, I have several boxes. One is marked emergency and survival equipment. One is marked cooking equipment. One is marked water production, et cetera, et cetera. So what I put in my truck is something that's going to ensure our security and our safety and our survival if necessary when we can have access to the truck, right? Because it's all in the truck. That's where we cook, that's where we would camp, etc. if we were in a survival situation.
And Toby, having had to spend the night out on a search one time unexpectedly because of road conditions,
proves that that plan works.
Yeah.
I think what you're asking, and I'm going to answer this question, I think you're asking, what is it that I put in my backpack when I leave that truck and I head out into a recon to look for clues or look for treasures? So here is that list. It starts with a small backpack. I don't take a big backpack. I take a small one. It is a tactical backpack, but it's a small one. I take a walking stick because I'm 70 and I fall. And the walking stick prevents me from falling. I have a hat on my head to protect me from the sun in the mountains. I wear sunglasses. They're prescription in my case, but I wear sunglasses. I take water, and I take one bottle of water, 1 16-ounce bottle of water for every hour I expect to be on the trail. And I drink it. Don't take water Don't take 3 bottles of water and come back after 3 hours with 3 full bottles of water. You make sure that you're drinking
And we take Kevin.
and we take Kevin to make sure that when I fall, somebody picks me up. But the important thing is not to just put the water in your backpack or in the sides of your backpack, wherever you decide to, but to drink it. Because that will have the most, not drinking your water when you're in the mountains at altitude and under that sun, that will be the most debilitating effect of all. So make sure you're drinking that water. I do take some bear spray. Now, I'm going to tell you, and I promised Shelley I wouldn't mention it, I do carry a 9mm pistol, but since you're young, I don't recommend that. The advantage to bear spray is that it not only works for bears, it works for other animals as well. It has, it has the chemicals in it that prevent animals, and if I had to, I would prefer to use that on a human animal rather than a 9mm pistol. I take a sheath knife, usually a bushcraft size sheath knife. It doesn't have to be a big one. It should be stainless steel and it should be of quality. If you want to know what I carry, let me know and I'll send you an email with a picture. I pack a waterproof jacket so in case it does rain and the weather in the mountains is unpredictable. So you may get rain and there's nothing that feels worse than being wet and trying to walk around in the mountains because it's going to get cold too. I take a GPS. I do not use a compass because the GPS does everything that I need it to do. It's more accurate and it gives me a lay of the land because of the maps that are embedded in the GPS. Now, the one that I have also has the inReach capability, meaning that it has satellite communications. I can text and I can send an SOS if I wanted. The new GPSs from Garmin have that feature, but it's about $200 more. I strongly recommend if you can afford one to get that, because if you do have an emergency to the extent that it's become a survival situation, inReach is going to make a difference. And the GPS that I have also has its own camera. If you don't have that, then you can use a cell phone. This was Shelley's recommendation. She reminded me, use a cell phone because your cell phone, although you don't have cell phone service, it does have satellite GPS service. So as long as it's charged, you can preload your cell phone with the maps of your area and you will effectively have GPS capability, mapping capability. I do not, and again, for someone young like you, unless you're an experienced orienteer, that means you know how to use a map and a compass, then I would just suggest use a GPS with the incorporated maps or your cell phone with the downloaded maps for your area. They're going to do you in much better stead than the compass. The compass is a fallback position. You should always, my advice to you is always take advantage of technology when you can. So I also take a camera because I take pictures, and I take pictures not only of us searching, and yay, and we found the treasure, and here's Shelley beating Kevin with a walking stick. No. What? But I take pictures of us, but I also take pictures of things that I want to remember. I literally take panoramic pictures of every significant thing along our way because once you return, you're going to forget all of that. You're not going to have any sense of the dimensions. You're not going to have any sense of the distances. So the best thing that you can do is take as many pictures as you can. Our friend Brian, Samantha's dad, he actually wears a police officer's camera on his chest, and he video records everything. So, but I strongly recommend that. For food, I wouldn't take a sandwich, and the reason is it's either going to get mushy or it's going to get filled with bacteria. Find yourself a good energy bar that you like. I like Cliff bars. They've got a lot of different flavors, and they produce a lot of energy. It's mostly carbohydrates, but that's what you want. So take take an energy bar for each hour you're going to be out, and after the first hour, eat it, because it's like the water. If you don't eat them, they're not going to do you any good. And the funny thing about either being dehydrated or not having enough calories is it hits you all of a sudden. You don't feel it coming on. Suddenly you realize you're dehydrated, you have a headache, you're at altitude, and you're overheated, and it's going to be terrible if you haven't drunk that water. Drink it.
Drink it.
Drink it, the water.
Drink it.
And it's the same with the energy bars. I carry a Life Straw because I'm a big fan of the Life Straw. Life Straw is a device, costs about $21, I think, something like that.
My
But
daughter has a water bottle that has a life straw in it.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about the Life Straw is if you do run out of water and you have access to non-potable water from a stream or a pond, and it can be any kind of slimy pond, you can stick this Life Straw in it, and it gives you potable water. You're drinking potable water, and it's very light. It's about that long, and it weighs less than a couple of ounces, so it's not hard to carry. I carry a notebook and pen because I like making notes and because I'm old and I don't have a good memory. Optionally, I'd recommend two-way radios, and we take them because invariably one of us decides to go one direction, another decides to go another direction, and the two-way radios make a difference. And then, of course, optionally, we take a drone because I like the footage that it collects from around 100 feet, which is better than being on the ground and better than looking at Google Earth. So I hope you found that helpful.
Craig Carter says he takes the last 10 women from Naked and Afraid with him when he searches because they can handle everything.
Yeah. Oh, you did ask about maps. So let me show you what I do for maps. The hard part is buying maps that are appropriate for your location. So I'm going to strongly recommend that when you go to get maps, I'm going to do a screen share.
Swami wants to know if you should take an oxygen tank.
I don't because I've lived in high altitudes for the majority of my life, so I don't need the acclimation. I'm okay with it, and I'm in good enough condition that I don't need it. But if you're coming from the flatlands, definitely, yes. Take one of those buy in the store oxygen bottles along with you.
Doesn't hurt to have it.
Yeah. But if you've done some wise acclimating, and what we recommend, we actually had this conversation in our member vault last night. What we recommend is that you come into Albuquerque, you stay a night in Albuquerque, go to Santa Fe, stay a night in Santa Fe, go to Taos, stay a night in Taos, and that'll help you acclimate to the altitude. Because if you go from flatland to Taos or Angel Fire, or Cimarron, or any of those places between here and Montana, you're going to feel the altitude. You're going to get altitude sickness, and once you get it, you don't want to do anything else. Takes a long time to get rid of it.
We have a super chat from 3D Bronze who says, safest thing to prevent yourself from being eaten by a bear is taking someone who runs slower than yourself. P.S. First commission earned.
Oh, great.
So, awesome.
Cool. Well, we were going to show it here again in just a few minutes, Bronze. But I want to go back to Owen's question because he suggested maps. Here's what I do for maps. I use the free PDF quads at natgeomaps.com. And you can go specifically to your location. Let's say you were searching in the Rio de los Pinos and you wanted to see the Toltec Mesa maps. These are the most detailed maps. They're 7.5 minute maps, 100K maps. And there are 5 of them. There's an overview map. And then there are pages that give you the details of the 4 quadrants. And so they're marked with GPS coordinates. And so they're very good and they're very compact. I actually, you can buy some paper from, I suppose you can get it from Amazon. I get mine from REI Co-op and it's called map paper. You can print them out in color on that map paper and they don't tear, they don't get wet. I mean, if they get wet, they don't fade, things like that. And they're free. Best of all, they're free. So that's natgeomaps.com PDF quads. So you can get your maps there. Owen, my young friend Owen. Let me see. Why are we way back there? Okay. So,
why are you showing that?
I can go back now. We're still on emails.
Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okie dokie. This is confirmation bias from Corey Jacobs, who's also in our room.
Corey Jacobs in the room.
Hey, Toby and Shelley, I texted in with a question about confirmation bias. You don't need to read this during the stream. It's just my opinion on the topic. It's quite long, and it's what I posted on Dale's blog about the keyword. Just if you were wondering, this is my 2 cents on the subject. If it's a slow night, doubt it is, happy Friday, feel free to share. I totally understand if you cannot do 2 time. Thanks as always, you too. Do you want me to read it?
He said it was okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. It's a long one, but
it's
go
not
ahead.
that bad. I mean, anyway, how keywords fit into the solve that I have the highest confidence in are like this. There isn't just one word that is key. There are important words in which may help you confirm, maybe through bias, I'm okay with confirmation bias, that you may be in the right spot. Basically, you find a word in your solve area that's in the book or poem, or upon finding a landmark, you search its history and boom, there's words Forrest has used littered in it. That to me would say this may be a good spot to look. If that isn't logical enough, I would agree. One reference isn't enough. I use the divine evident rule in the chase. The Bible uses this rule. For something to be divine or biblical, it should be referenced at least 2 times in the Bible. This is actually how they decided which books belonged in the Bible. So to use this with the chase, if you find a word in your solve area, keep an eye out for another one connected to it. So say you find a brown mountain and you look up the history of Brown Mountain, and it also talks about how there is a warm spring on top of Brown Mountain. That would give me more confidence in thinking, hey, I might have found the home of Brown and where warm waters halt. This is just an example of my divine for evidence rule. It's also a classic case of confirmation bias, but again, I'm okay with that because let's be real, if you just shrug off everything as coincidence, you're never going to leave home.
Thanks for that. Who was that? He's in the room?
Corey Jacobs.
Corey Jacobs. Thanks for that, Corey. We appreciate it. Hope you didn't mind we read it. Okay.
And last one. This is again from Owen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he says, Fenn Christmas. Hello, I'm a 13-year-old boy and my dad is obsessed with Forrest Fenn. What would be a good gift to get him? Thanks, Owen.
So, 13-year-old wants to get his dad. So I suppose it depends upon your budget, Owen.
Yeah.
But you know what? I am going to. I thought these were kind of neat. So I'm going to go back here. This is the 3dbronze.com website. And these are the boxes that we showed earlier. They're $99, and I know on a young man's budget it might not be very. You might not be very able. But these are some new products that 3D Bronze has produced, and I think they're pretty cool. They are kind of, I don't know, I guess you could call them medallions of each of the search states. There's New Mexico and Wyoming.
It's like their state seal.
Sorry. That's Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico, and Colorado with a state seal. Those the front and back, and he's put them in kind of a table stand. And the set of 4 is $27. I'm sorry, $99, which you can save. But they sell each of them for $27.99. So maybe what you could do, there's one of the mid-sized boxes, which is okay. I mean, they're nice. That's the mini box, which we give away, micro box.
Mini micro.
So he's got some other options, but honestly, I thought that those were really, really cool. And $27 is a, kind of cool number. I mean, it's affordable.
Well, if there's any of the books he doesn't have that he still wants, you can get them from.
Yeah, but you are not going
Bookstore.
to get them before Christmas.
No.
Collected
not.
works. I
Not
love
at this
collected
point.
works, but they're slower than molasses in January.
Or you could get something for the trip, I guess.
So, Owen, there is an affiliate link in the description box below. We'd appreciate it if you use that affiliate link if you order anything from 3dbronze.com. But these are cool. I've already ordered.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
And of course, CarePro says, get Chaseopoly.
Get Chaseopoly. That's another one.
That's fun.
So, yeah, Owen, I hope that helps you. Is that all the emails?
It is.
Okay, your favorite part.
I got sunshine.
Oh, look at 3D Bronze. Paid for this. He said, forward me his email. I'll give this young man a steep discount. Okay, Owen, did you hear that? So go to 3D Bronze. I'll forward his email to you, 3D.
Or write a note on there so you don't forget to do
I'm
that.
going to do it right now so I don't forget.
All right. Well, we're going to say hello to all of our friends who are in the room. Oh, he gets one of these. That's for 3D Bronze for his super chat. Our friends in the room, including Davio, who was also on the softer side earlier today and called in, and that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Davio. Godelcon is here. Jason Northface, Corey Jacobs, whose email we just read. Hooley, Tony Rusi, and Evelyn Curry, Silver Fox, Mike Healy, Captain Marvel, who was also in the softer side room today. I think Tony Rusi was in the Sand Channel. Was he in the softer side?
I don't remember seeing him in the softer side. Usually he has something that, he's pretty vociferous. So, but he was on
500
the Sand Channel.
Yeah, 500 Pieces is here. Brian Eagle, J.K. Pioneer, who was also, was he in both rooms? Or
Both
just,
rooms.
Yeah, J.K. Pioneer is following us closely. K-Pro is here. Mike is getting sick and in bed, but he smiles too.
Oh,
That cold flu thing is going around. People, make sure you wash your hands
and your sheets and your towels.
and your pillowcases, and drink lots of fluids. Make sure you're up on all your vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, all those good vitamins. Take care of yourselves. Get plenty of sleep and stay away from sickies. Jimmy Fast is here. Let's see. We have Christy Fiorello.
Oh, Christy, how are you doing? She's
Yeah.
the one that started the YouTube channel, but I haven't seen anything from her recently.
Vicki McMillian is here, one
Chris-
of our winners from recent
She's
past.
got a bear. Christy Fiorello has a YouTube channel, a Fenn YouTube channel, so make sure you go and subscribe to her channel.
Oh. Jeffrey Grayjack. Who else thinks Toby looks like Tommy Lee Jones?
Pretty much everybody.
It's funny that people say that. That's the one actor they think he looks
Yeah,
like.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
It's because I have a wrinkly face and the sneaky eyes and the.
Grizzly
Plus-
Bear is here.
I always like the characters he plays too. Let me send this to 3D.
Lucky Digger. Kevin Carney.
Kevin. Don't we know him from
Kevin.
someplace? Kevin.
He's probably off to work already. Michael Wimmer. Not important.
Okay, 3D Bronze, I forwarded Owen's email to you. And Owen, if you order something from 3D Bronze, use the affiliate link below and let him, I've already let him know who you are. He's going to discount whatever you buy from him, okay?
I'll probably contact him and just ask him what he wants.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
they'll
guess
take
that's
care
one
of
way
that.
to do it. He'll take care of it.
Swami. How I love you, how I love you, my dear old
old
Swami. Where that came from, I don't even know. Dub Air, Michael Wimmer. Let's see, we have Jimmy Fast, BB Bandit. Virginia Man. Kevin Motazedai. Motazetti?
I
I'm
didn't see
not
it.
sure.
Let me see.
The one with the thumbs up.
What is that?
Okay. Bandit.
No pork in bear country.
Jorg Monen. Or Jorg Monen. I should say probably more like Stacy Harwood. Snow candles. Snow candles.
Oh, he's talking about what he takes with him in the winter in Wyoming. Snow candles, water, sleeping bag, shovel, food, beef bouillon, road flares, snow chains. So that's what he carries in the pickup with him. So we had a long conversation. We should call someone who we know from the northern area and see if they want to talk about what they do. What they keep.
Craig Carter. Captain Marvel. William. We've got Violet Mercury. She says, I like bringing hard-boiled eggs, trail mix, and dried fruits.
Nice. Also, guys, Violet Mercury has her own YouTube channel. So go to her YouTube channel. She's got Fenn content up there. So go to Violet's YouTube channel and subscribe.
So we also have 3D bronze. Jeffrey Grayjack says the drone is a great idea. Thanks. Brian Eagle. 500 pieces. Doug Carver. Grizzly Bear. Da Bear. We got lots of bears and foxes in the room. 23 Monarcha. Hey. Says there's no better map than the poem. Silver Fox. Speaking of foxes. The only thing a searcher should carry is a 20-pound shoebox. That way you know if your walk is unreasonable for a 79 or 80-year-old man.
Oh, nice. That's really smart. That's a good idea. I've told other people that that if you're trying to figure out how much that chest is going to weigh when you bring it up, take a 5-gallon bucket that you get from Lowe's or Home Depot, fill it with water, and carry that around for a while. That's what it'll feel like to carry it, because that's just over 42 pounds. And if you want to figure out how much Fenn carried, drain half of it and walk around with that. That'll be the 21 pounds that you'll have to carry.
Good, Jimmy Fast. Anno Domini. Rudy Green Treasure Hunter.
What? Go back to that Anno. What did you just say?
Right there.
Anno Domini.
Okay.
You gotta be a Latin Catholic for that.
Latin.
Latin
Yeah,
Catholic.
I'm not Latin. I'm
Yeah.
white.
November 17th.
Not the
okay.
Latino that you are. Actually, you're just Spanish. J.K. Pioneer. I said that. Zozo Rocks. Who else rocks? Jay Kuykendall. Come on. See a man in a Jeep. Z. See a man in a Jeep Z. That's interesting. Okay, I'm at the bottom. Mock Smith.
Mock.
He might have been wearing a backpack also.
Smith.
Joshua Suggs. Josh is
Yeah,
fine.
we
I just don't know how to change it.
in our vision of what Fenn did that day, we assume he's wearing a backpack. He's not going to carry it. That he's just going to stuff it in his backpack.
Yeah,
So
otherwise you don't have your hands to walk.
to walk,
to balance.
yeah,
and
especially
stuff.
if you're 80, you want to have your hands free.
Michael Wimmer. There is no lead Scrooger. Scrooger?
I don't know.
Oh, what's
oh,
that?
I don't know what's going on there.
Somebody calling?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's my other
Inflatable
phone. That's my real
grizzlies.
phone.
I placed 100 inflatable grizzlies all over Wyoming just to keep you all out. Only 3 of them have been shot so far.
Who's that? So Christy says, check out my channel tomorrow for a video on how far Fenn walked to the treasure. Okay. So remember, Christy Fiorell, new channel. I mean, not a new channel, but if you're not a subscriber, subscribe today.
And we're done.
And we are done. So where are we in terms of, we can go to text time. Okay, so I can close this. We've done what we needed to do there. Somebody sent us a text message to that number. Okay. So we got that. All right, we're fine. And then we got 3D bronze. I can close that window. Okay, now let's leave it open in case anybody wants to see it. Oh, I did want to share this with you. So,
Toby Gollum.
Put those things in the treasure chest.
So let me share this with you. So this was sitting on my desktop, my computer desktop, and this is a scan of the poem page from my first copy of The Thrill of the Chase, and it was this theory, as you guys call them, Sauls, that got me to the Rio Chama. So if you want to have some fun with this was 2013. So if you want to have some fun with a brand new searcher and and this was after I owned the book for a week. I made all these notes in that week, and the following week I was up in the Rio Rancho because I knew I was going to come back with a treasure. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. So it's on our community page. And the thing about the community page, what's weird about it is that in order to see the full-size version of it, you got to go to the community page, then you have to scroll down, you have to click on the image once, and then that opens the comment, and then do a right click and open the image in a new tab, and that gives you the full-size thing. You're welcome to download and play around with it. I had a lot of fun with it. Okay? Rio Rancho, where I tried to drown my own son.
Oh, that's not what you went there for.
Oh, okay, all right. Almost did. All right, let's read some text messages from
He's
anybody.
better swimmer than that. He was in the
Yeah,
Navy.
no. Yeah, he is a better swimmer. Whoa. Okay.
I know you have to. Well, my dad had to pass some kind of big swimming test. to
Okay,
join the
November
Navy.
7225K. This sounds like a tail number to me. Just one of the tail numbers, but that plane also landed at the same spot. Do your research before you decide to pass me off as a crackpot. Joe, treasure hunter. Hopefully this can put you right side up. I'm actually not looking for the treasure, Joe, right now, but thanks for that. Thanks for your input. Oh, okay. What are we going here? So this is a picture. This is shooting everything next to blaze. Things, coffee in Danish. Okay, just don't try this. It's dangerous. Okay. So that's somebody that doesn't want us to share that, so we won't do that. That's for Vicky. I got to call Vicky back on Monday. Hello, you two. Hope all is well. This is from area code 612. Remember, if you're going to send us a text message or leave us voicemail, include your first name, at least your first name, your byline or whatever you want to call it, and the state from which you are texting or calling so that we can say something nice about you. So this is from Corey in Minnesota. I would assume that's our Corey Jacobs, Minnesota. Hello, you two. Hope all is well. Just wondering what your thoughts are on confirmation bias. Is it always bad? Could it have helped the future finders? Well, first of all, look up the definition of confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is like heroin. It's a drug, right? It makes you believe something that isn't true. That's why it's called confirmation bias. In the intelligence community, we try to avoid confirmation bias, and that's why we have other people checking our work and looking at our work so that they can tell us, are you confirming your own biases here? So just look up the definition, read it, and then avoid it. Confirmation bias is not a healthy thing, and it is not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to make you believe what you want to believe. There's nothing healthy about confirmation bias.
And as a life coach to the rich and famous, I would add you might want to do a thought download to make sure what your thoughts are, and then weed out the things that may not be logical. Then, you can kind of weed through what is confirmation bias, what is just logical, and then maybe go over it with somebody who is a third party who can, say, well, is that even logical?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
There's nothing better than taking somebody who is at least aware of what you're doing and share that information with you, because you'll see it on their face, the difference between the logical, the rational, and what's turning out to be confirmation bias. And for most people, what I've experienced is they'll go ahead and let you believe that. It's going to waste time, money, and effort. But confirmation bias is a drug. It's like a drug.
Did you see Davio's comment?
I did. Why don't you read that?
Davio says, Denver, December 21st, noon, Stella's Coffee, meetup. Stella's Coffee, is there just the one Stella's Coffee? Or is there a street name you would like to give with that? Noon, Stella's Coffee, December 21st, Denver.
So join him there. When's December 21st? That's so today is the 13th, the 20th. So that's Saturday after next. Let's see. Did we play this? All right.
I don't know.
We only have one voicemail to deal with, so let's play it.
Hi, Toby and Mrs. Shelley. This is Jason. And I have a saw, but I don't want to say where my saw is until if I have the right bracelet. It's stainless steel and gray, and it has numbers on it. Give me a call back. Thanks.
Well, it's not Forrest Fenn's bracelet.
No, it's not stainless steel and numbers. So there's only a couple of things that have. So you make a stainless steel bracelet when it has meaning relative to the bracelet. Like they when after the Vietnam War, they used to make bracelets with the names of prisoners of war on them. They weren't gold, they weren't silver, they were stainless steel, so that they could last. And he says this one has numbers on it. So who knows? We'll call him back. Let's call him back.
Alrighty.
See what he's got to say. All right, so I'm going to call. Let me see. Do I have to call anybody else? We call Seattle. I told Younis we'd call him back next week or the week after or after the holidays. All right. I'm not going to open up the phone lines. Let me call this gentleman back, see what he has to say, and then I will open up the phone lines. Oh, talk. We don't want to talk because we don't want Atlantic Records to get there.
That's right. We forgot to do that, didn't
that's
we?
Okay.
That
should we only pick up one ring?
We're going to have to turn that off.
Hello?
Hey, Jason, it's Shelley and Toby. You're on at AGK. We're calling you back, brother.
What's up, guys?
Same old thing. Friday night for us, hanging out.
Same poop, different scoop.
There. I guess that's one way to put it. So what is it about this bracelet that you want to tell us?
I hope my phone don't die, but before the bracelet, I was with my 8-year-old digging in an area.
Yeah.
And we found two arrowheads.
Oh, cool. Aren't you fortunate?
Oh yeah, they were like huge.
Yeah. Well,
they were like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Then someone stole them from me. I got pictures of them though.
Pictures count. Why would somebody steal your arrowheads?
Oh, they stole all my stuff that I find. I like to go around different areas and check different things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not an army stainless. It's got some 9 numbers on it or 10 numbers on it.
Yeah.
But you had to get to that before you can get to the other thing. It was like maybe a possible, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Say that again. So you said, because you left out something there, you said you had to get to that before you get to the other thing. What does that mean?
Yeah, the arrowheads.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you don't, so did you find the bracelet? Did you also find the bracelet in the same way that you found the arrowheads? Is that what you're implying?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Wow.
It's hard for me to explain myself sometimes.
Well, no, don't feel bad. I'll walk you through it. Were you using a metal detector?
Yeah, I got one for my birthday and Christmas, and my buddies broke it already on me.
Ugh, you've got friends that are stealing your stuff and breaking your stuff, and you need some new friends, brother.
Yeah, I grew up with them,
Yeah, I know. So, what's your son's name?
Dominic.
And he goes, how old
is
he?
No, not Dominic. I'm sorry. No, Mace.
Who's Dominic? Is there somebody you adopted here or what?
No, he's the smarter one.
Oh, okay. So it's Dominic and Mace.
Well, no, he's older. He just got principal's award.
Oh, nice. Well, congratulations to him.
Yeah, he's in 8th grade.
Do you have him helping you with the chase?
Yeah. Sometimes they think I'm a little goofy with it, though.
Oh, I can't imagine any reason they'd want to think that. You're their dad, after all. They should be grateful.
Mace found a couple of nice Indian bottles.
Yeah.
We were at like a campsite thing, and we weren't allowed to dig, but they had like a little, I don't know. I think the guy gave it to him and said he found it, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
I was keeping track. There's too many of them. Too many kids.
Yeah. So after all, this is a Gypsy's Kiss. We talk about the Fenn Treasure. So let's talk about the Fenn Treasure.
Do you think the Fenn Treasure is tied into the Oak Island Treasure?
No, I do not. I think they're two different things and two different strategies. They're completely different from one another.
Yeah. So what do you think the home of the brown is?
I used to think so. I'll give you the number of things that I've thought. Okay, because I can't speak for anybody else. So one option, of course, is the home of brown trout, right? Someplace where there's a lot of brown trout. In Montana, there is the brown drake mayfly. It's a fly that only hatches once a year, and it hatches in a very specific location.
What do those things look like?
Have you ever done any fly fishing?
We used to go snagging.
Yeah, no. So if you've ever done any fly fishing, that's okay. So if
I haven't did fly fishing, but I had a couple boats.
Yeah. So let me answer your question. Mayflies are the things that hatch. They have very
Only
short.
in May?
No. They hatch all through the spring and summer.
I thought you said they only hatch once.
No. Well, they only hatch once. That is true. They do only hatch once. And then they're very short-lived. But that's what trout flies, the handmade, hand-tied trout flies, that's what they're supposed to represent.
Oh, yeah. Finn made some of them.
He did.
He said. Yeah.
And there's one of those flies, one of those spring water flies, called the brown drake.
Do they is that because they're like flies on poop? Is that like.
No.
That?
These are completely different. Okay, so it's called the brown drake. It's a type of fly. There is an artificial fly that matches the brown drake, and it only hatches in one location. And if I remember correctly, it's on the Madison River. Look it up, you guys. You can find the brown drake in Flywater. That book, Flywater. It's mentioned. So that's one option. I also used. Lignite, which is a rock that contains a high amount of tar, and the reason is lignite is used as the basis for a painting, an oil paint color called Van Dyke Brown, which was one of Eric Sloane's favorite colors. And then, as a result of our conversation,
he liked the words.
Yeah. And as a result of our conversation with Ranger Steve in Cimarron Canyon, we went looking for beaver huts, because they're called brown beavers. And I thought beaver huts were very temporary, but on some rivers, the beaver huts last up to 500 years. So those are the options. Those are the options I give you for home of brown. How's that?
I like it.
Yeah, keep working on it.
Mine would be probably it could change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can think of Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Cleveland Browns would be a good place to
You
start.
can go to I don't know if it's the same as Bad News Bears. Probably not. But you got brown. You got different. There's browns in every level of government and everything. You know what I mean? There's in education and
brown
all
houses, UPS trucks.
Yeah, brown fences,
ranger uniforms.
So I think Forrest Fenn, 3 forest trees and a fence maybe, or a fishing fin.
Ooh, interesting. That's a good one. Hadn't heard that one before.
Homer Brown, empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
How's
Finn doing? This is the last time we talked to him. I'd like to meet the guy.
You know what?
As lucky as you.
You know what? The person to ask is probably Cynthia or Christy, because they spend more time. I don't talk to him much.
You can tell by the body language.
Yeah.
Who he likes and who he doesn't. I mean,
he's got some great body language, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's like a G in my book.
Yeah.
You know what a G is?
No, genius.
An original gangster.
Oh, gangster.
Original gangster. OG.
OG. I hadn't thought of. Where's that come? Where do you live? What city do you live in?
Live in close to Rochester, Syracuse.
Oh, okay. Up in the New York area, the upstate.
New York.
That's why you know. That's why you know OG.
OG. Not NWA, original gangsters.
Yeah,
all the old hood movies.
Yeah. All right, Jason. Well, listen, I got to get onto the other calls tonight. I thank you very much for giving us your time.
Are we having a party? Are you going to have a party? We're all going to chip in and get Forrest something for Christmas?
The man is a millionaire. You don't need to get him anything.
He should be buying us presents.
So what? He would probably like it if we made him some fucking socks or something.
Well, not those kind of socks, certainly, but yeah, you could make him some socks. We
I love it.
don't want to make him some of those kinds of socks because he's 90, all right, or 89. All right, brother. I got to get into my other call.
Thanks,
so,
guys.
Hey,
God
you have
bless you. Merry Christmas.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jason, my brother from another mother. Okay, I am going to open up the phone lines. Oops, wait a minute. I got some more text messages. Got to take care of those first. Let's see. All right. This says, is this Seattle Sullivan again? What was his number? I think this is. Okay. The key word to me has been whiskey. Why is it? WH is key. Oh, interesting. And warm waters could be warm watters. WATTERS. They halt at the end of the power line. Could in 2 trips mean he fell twice. Oh, Seattle Sullivan, New Mex. Seattle Sullivan, New Mex. The HOB, Moreno, Spanish no more. Home of no more. Garbage dump with rusty cans put in below. Oh, he's just trying out a whole bunch of. Oh, no need to share this. Nice. If you don't want me to share something right at the beginning of the message,
instead of the end, after we've read it, yes.
Okay. That's okay. So we won't share that. All right. Dun, 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 dun. It's that time of night. Let's see.
And it is such.
Remember that time we were black for 5 minutes and nobody could hear what we were doing? And they were yelling at us in the chat. Sassy was all in uppercase. We can't hear you. We can't see you. So all uppercase. Remember that?
Kevin had to text us.
Los líneas están abiertos. The lines are open. You know the number, 202, as Will says. You know the deal. Get real. 202-815-1171. Call us and talk to us. Tell us your solve or what you think about the home of Brown. See how courageous Jason was. He gave us his number. So, and if you call and the line is busy, do me a favor and text me your number and I'll call you back. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name and what state are you calling from?
Seattle Sullivan again, calling from New Mexico.
Wait, who's this again?
Seattle Sully.
Oh, hi, Seattle. What's up?
I just wanted to clarify the text. That was the home of Brown would have been Spanish word for Moreno.
Right, that's right.
You do the butterfly flutterby, split it in half. It's the home of no more.
Oh,
meaning a garbage dump. And put tin below the home of Brown. It rusts. The brown is the color rust.
Oh, all right. Oh,
and
so that was that text message you just sent me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the waters is they were warm waters halt.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor and turn off your computer in the back. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just me talking.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the begin where warm waters halt would be WATT, like 100-watt light bulb. Watt.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
Meaning a power line, where the power lines end. And take the power line.
So are you sharing part of your theory with us? Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, I'm giving you some hints.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's...
You're not going to find the treasure unless you know where to begin, right?
Well, yeah, trust me, I've been through that. I have I freely admit, I have no idea where to begin.
Right. So if you begin where warm waters halt, where the power lines end, start there.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm making that. I'm making that note. All right, Seattle.
That's a little hint for everybody else.
Thanks for calling.
There you go.
Thanks for calling back and giving us that little hint.
Yeah, you bet. And I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks and let you know how
things are going.
How it feels to have the treasure again.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
We look forward to it. Yeah. Hey, you reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Well, I know who this is. Who is this?
You know the deal is holiday season.
It is the holiday season. Holla at me.
Holla at you. Hello, Shelley Princess, up close and personal. You should be putting that. Where's my ticket?
Yeah.
You know where I know where the treasure's at?
Why do you? Let me wait. Ask that question again so I can answer it right.
From the north to the south to the east and to the west. When people violate your soul, Shelley, let them know.
Okay.
Be tough. Be tough. Don't let anybody be violating in your soul.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And when you got boots on the ground and people are stuck behind a mic, and it's not you two. No.
I got
I'll
it.
call back. Say hello to the world. You know the deal is will. Never work, never will.
Hey, you have a great holiday season.
You too. Feliz Navidad. The Lord is good even when he's angry.
He seems to be angry at me a lot, but we love you, brother.
That's right. And Shelley will take care of that.
Yeah, she will. Oh, we have some great callers, don't we?
Yes.
Some interesting callers.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes. All right. Phone lines are open, guys. 202-815-1171. Give us a call. Let us know what's your solution.
Yeah, just tell us all your theory because we're going to steal it. And
Give
use
us
it to
all
find
your
the
hints. We're
treasure.
going to write them down.
We're going to write them down, and then we're going to go look for the treasure. And that's
you know what we forgot to do?
Our theory, our what?
Our membership talk. Talking about the membership.
You know what? You're always so good at it. Kind of describe what we were doing last night.
What we were doing last night was we were figuring out where the treasure was, and you missed it.
So what's neat about this group that we have is that the conversation, you're facing each other on Zoom. There's people, you could raise your hand to talk, or you can just talk and break in. But it gives us all the opportunity to kind of share our ideas. And we always start. So when we say, what do you think of this chapter or whatever it is we're talking about, we get to give our opinions, and we try to give them a first.
And we get to sing Stout-Hearted Man. Na, 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 na.
Stout-Hearted Man. We discovered last night that Stout-Hearted Man is from a movie
called New Moon, about pirates hiding treasure.
In 1940, it was about pirates hiding treasure,
yeah.
And it starred Nelson Eddy.
Yeah.
I mean, our guys, this is stuff that I never even imagined. Every one of the guys in our member vault have done years worth of research. I swear, just the stuff that they know. We can't say any one thing that they can't explain. I mean, that they haven't researched already and come up with an answer. So it's a lot. You know what? I am going to play our member vault promo.
So if you're a brand new searcher, what's the first thing you want to do is read the book. So we're going to read the book. And then we're going to also, at the same time, match it up to the poem. So what did this chapter say to you about what do you see in the poem? How do they fit together? So we're going to work the poem and the book together. Now you can join at any time. It's going to be an open door membership. In the bonus section on the Member Vault, we have added 2 videos that Toby produced.
Is he saying there is stuff in life that isn't worthy of spending time knowing, or that the real test of your intelligence is knowing the stuff that everybody else thinks is not worthy of knowing?
You know, when he talks about no special knowledge is needed to find the treasure, but maybe you need to know those things not worthy of knowing in order to find the treasure.
Okay, promo. Hey, caller, what's your name and where are you calling from, and what's your question?
Michael Wimmer's my name.
Oh, hey,
from
Michael.
Ohio.
How are you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Good. Hey, I don't have a whole solve to share, but I've got little pieces of several things, but I thought maybe we could spend 10 seconds on each one. That might be interesting.
You know what? It'll certainly be it'll be interesting for us, and we think it'll be interesting for the chat room, so you knock yourself out.
Okay. It seems like when I come across something that's, very interesting, then people have thought of it before, but I thought maybe the canyon down was Yellowstone Canyon.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time researching that, and the Homer Brown could be the painter Brown.
Right, the guy
where
that
he
painted the
that
Yellowstone
famous-
Falls. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the right angle. There seems to be 7 or 8 viewpoints around Yellowstone Canyon.
Yeah.
But you have to be at the right one. But when you guys said that you found out that they could be 500 years old, there's a creek called Otter Creek right above the falls. And I guess that's a very big otter area. I don't know if that's the same as beavers, but I think otters are brown.
Well, otters are brown. They
so-
don't have. They don't do dens like beavers do.
They don't where they live.
Oh, they don't.
They have their own little dig in the ground kind of thing.
Oh, a burrow?
They're burrows.
They live in their car.
Yeah.
They live in their car in New Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was kind of a rude joke. But,
Actually, that's Seattle
how
calling
about-
right now. You probably hurt his feelings.
I'm sorry. I'm like that. I'm a little sarcastic. But how about just Yellowstone Canyon? What's your gut reaction?
So, people do this. I'm actually, here's what I'm going to do. I've got the Wikipedia page open to Grafton Tyler Brown, and they do have the Yellowstone Canyon, Yosemite. Oh, that's Yosemite. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find the Yellowstone Canyon.
They got the Old Faithful.
Yeah. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, he painted. Grafton Tyler painted both of them.
Right. Hang on just a sec. Let me find the Yellowstone Canyon one because I've seen that.
There's if I can talk while you're
go ahead.
pulling that up.
Yeah.
There, I had all this figured out, and I thought I was onto something, and I was ready to fly out there, and then somebody else did some videos, and he was thinking the same artist, same painting, same viewpoint. But I can't get all 8 or 9 clues to line up in anything I'm doing, but not in Yellowstone Canyon either.
Yeah.
I only get part way. And he says, you'll know exactly where you're going once you solve it.
So what Michael is talking about is a gentleman he was an artist. His name was Grafton Tyler Brown, and he painted in the Yellowstone area for several years. If you go to Wikipedia, you can see some of his work, but if you search Grafton Tyler Brown Yellowstone, you'll have images. Let me go to a screenshot so you can see what I'm talking about. It'll have images of all his work, and this is the lower falls. This is the canyon. Actually, that's funny because that image right there, which is one of Grafton Tyler Brown's, is actually in the Reddit group, and it's the title in the Reddit group is the Homer Brown. So what was interesting to me is let me see if I can find that painting. Hold on. Just give me 1 second.
But you can continue talking.
Yeah, go ahead and keep talking, Michael, while I'm doing this.
Okay. Well, I've got a whole bunch of halfway there's. I actually asked a person who knows nothing. I let her read the poem today. She knows nothing about the chase, and she knows nothing really about Yellowstone. But what she remembers from like 5th grade, she all of a sudden said, "How about that volcano thing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And that was one of my ideas, that the caldera boundary is where warm water's halt. And I researched that a little bit, trying to not be too scientific.
Right.
But there is a way that the warm waters halt at the caldera boundary, which is a big circle. And she knew what I was talking about. And since it was her gut reaction, and she's actually about 23 years old.
Yeah.
So a very young mind, but not very educated, and not a teenager or a child either. But I thought that was very interesting. So, but if the caldera is where warm waters halt, it's a distance to the canyon.
Now, is it that? But is the caldera that distinct?
I think so. I've seen it on a few maps ever since I first started working this formula.
Yeah.
This theory.
Here, I've Googled it. Let me see what it does here.
and it came back to me during K-Pro's statements and videos on their show. They have a very, or Forrest had a very specific way of saying where warm waters halt. If you listen to him, he says, if you don't know where warm waters halt, you've got nothing. But he doesn't say it in that expression like he says it when he recites the poem out loud on other radio shows. So I thought warm waters halt is something of proprietary knowledge of Yellowstone fans, and it doesn't necessarily have to be fishing. But the way he said that, it was much more, his generation's wisdom, but Yellowstone specific.
So I'm gonna share this screenshot of the caldera. So what Michael is referring to, this is Yellowstone. There's Shoshone Lake. This area right here is considered right there, is what is referred to as the Yellowstone caldera, and it is that caldera underneath which lies a massive magma bubble that blows up every 600,000 years? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the bad news,
and that causes the geyser activity, which causes hot waters, at least, which then vacate out the rivers. So somewhere along the Yellowstone River and the caldera boundary is where you would stick your toe in.
So
and as you approach the falls.
What's interesting about this area is there is a woman, and for the life of me, I can't remember her name. Is it Cindy Green or Cindy Guess?
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Guess is the one that always talks to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Cindy Green, and she has a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel, she follows what's happening in the caldera, right in this caldera. Let me see.
Really?
Yeah, let me see if I can find her.
Thanks, Violet Mercury. Appreciate you being there.
Well, I was trying to focus.
Go ahead.
Even a week ago, I was trying to focus just on warm waters halt.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean, it's been 2 or 3 months since I've thought about this. I did found some interesting petroglyphs right underneath the lower falls. There's lots of pictures, and they were very fascinating.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard anybody mention those.
Yeah. There's one.
Petroglyphs or pictographs?
They might be more pictographs. I can't tell who has made them, but one of them looks strikingly like that carving in his backyard in his own tree. The funny one with the helmet.
The aspen tree, yeah.
So I circled those and I sent them off to another friend of mine in Arizona. And she was like, oh my God. And I said, if that's not on track, somebody went over there and carved this into the side of the cliff there. But that's at the lower falls. So I haven't put it all together yet, but I thought you certainly could drive there. There certainly would be 500 feet people and maybe some 200-foot searchers. And it's interesting that it's 500 steps down. But Fenn does say somewhere you don't have to go down a deep valley.
Right.
In the idea of the 80-year-old man theory.
Yeah.
80-year-old man statements.
Well, yeah, but you could walk up and down some stairs, though.
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot of stairs.
But I don't know. I was very high on, the Teachers with Ropes chapter in the book.
Yeah.
I was very interested in that being similar to the original trip that you would take. There's a big set of stairs down one of the ways into the lower falls. And they built those stairs because this guy 100 years ago used to take people, even teachers, on their summer vacation.
Uh-huh.
And they each would hold on to a knot, and they would go down rope ladders. And they've got some pictures of the old stuff. So I thought maybe that was, I don't know how long ago they stopped doing those little picnics. They used to call it the picnic.
Yeah.
But that's one of the 7 viewpoint areas, but it's really close to the falls.
So it sounds like you've been focusing in that Yellowstone Canyon area. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Have you actually visited the location?
No, like I said, 2 months ago I was thinking about flying out, but I didn't. I was just I didn't want to be heartbroken, and I wanted to get all 9 clues lined up, without prejudice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And be able to say, okay. But there's some very fascinating things there. I just don't know if Otter Creek is that. There's some other creeks that come off. There's even a horse trail down into there that I thought until it became clear that he was saying drive your car and then walk.
Yeah.
He even says people have walked past the other 7 clues.
Yeah.
So I think that's more clear for all of us, not just me.
Yeah.
But you don't get into brown fishing until the other end of Yellowstone Canyon, which is pretty far. Yeah. But I thought that maybe Look Quickly Down could be over one of those if you find the right vantage point for Brown the painter, because it's unclear. But for a while I was even, how George Washington in the book, they touch the painting, but one of the children says, hey, that's the inverse of George Washington.
Yeah.
On the dollar bill. He thought that was very fascinating. I think that the different painters of that scene are backwards. Some are inverted. Some are underneath Inspiration Point. Some are underneath one of the points, which has 5 or 6 different names. And then, so I think you have to figure out where the home of Brown really is, and if that's our solves to HOB, then you would have to work it from there.
All right.
I don't know how you get down.
So you've given us 13 minutes worth of info here and quite a lot to think about.
Okay, sorry.
So no, that's fair. What I was going to ask is, let's finish it there for tonight. Because there's only so much these guys can consume in one call, but you can call back another time and we can continue doing this. So, but I appreciate you calling. I want to give some other people a chance to call in and share their thoughts on the matter. But Michael, thank you very much for calling in, and please feel free to call in again as you. I think the key is as you start synthesizing all these thoughts into something that turns into a solid theory. People want to hear those theories. They may not ever go out to check them out, but they do want to. They do want to hear.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah,
Be helpful to share it and then also get feedback. And
agreed.
I can fly from Cincinnati for $64, but
right.
I'll let you go.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sir. You have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Christy has been in the chase for 405 years.
405. Oh, my God.
That's incredible.
And you know what's incredible about it is that she looks so good after that amount of time,
right?
after that kind of abuse of searching for the dang treasure.
I know.
Whew, 405 years. That's longer than me.
G.L. Cannon. I'm reading Osborne Russell's Journal of a Trapper, Exploration All Around Yellowstone Area. Do you think Forrest Fenn mentioned this book and Robert Redford's book for no reason or a clue maybe?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, we talk about this in our membership all the time. And we did discuss Journal of a Trapper a week or so ago. There were some inconsistencies that we talked about, and we believe that it is the only book Forrest Fenn talks about liking and reading more than once, and we believe it's important.
Okay, so I want to answer the same question. So your question, G.L. Cannon, was, do you think Forrest Fenn mentioned this book and Robert Redford's book for no reason or a clue maybe? And I think what you did is you went from no reason to the extreme of a clue. There's a whole bunch of distance in between there, and I think Shelley has it just right. It may not be a clue, it may not be for no reason, but you can't imagine that he's mentioned them, cited them as often as he has, and it not have some level of importance. It's not a clue. The clues are in the poem. It may be a hint, but we don't know. But it's somewhere between nothing and a clue. So wouldn't ignore it. So what's going on with the keyword? Yeah. Thank you, ES. That was the appropriate.
Baby Yoda is searching for the treasure. It is also going to be 405 years old pretty soon.
Oh. Where is this conversation coming from? Is that in
I
there?
don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just make stuff up.
Phone lines are open. Call me and tell me your problems. I'm happy to listen. And
Yeah, we'll coach you.
yeah.
Because,
'Cause-
I am the life coach to the rich and famous.
Life coach to the rich and famous and the magical treasure princess.
That's right. And the magical sand genie.
Let's see. So I've got an email from Joshua Suggs. He says, hi.
Josh?
Josh from South Georgia here. Just wondering, do people ever send you guys their solves in private? I'd like to send you mine and get your thoughts. You can use any bits of it for yourself, but I'd prefer it not be shared. If I did send it, is that something that's okay? Josh, if you do send us, we've told people if you send us your solution, we will share it with the community. So if you don't want it, to be shared with the community, don't send it.
Your best bet is to join the membership. Again, you can, at that point in time, you'll have access to Toby. And you can share your solution one-on-one.
You get free hours with Toby.
Yeah.
Steve Klein just sent me something interesting, but it's very detailed, so it's going to have to save for next.
And it's on your phone.
And it's on my phone. Well, it's up there.
Oh,
it is
it's
an
a
email.
It is
a Gmail, but it's got a lot of detail in it, so I'm going to have to save it for next show. Thank you, Steve. I will save it for next program, Steve. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to, this is going to sound kind of cheesy, but if what you're looking forward to in life is spending time with me on the phone, going over your solve, then become a member of the Vault.
Because what we offer to our members.
We offer that to our members. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question about the search?
This is LR from Texas.
Hey, LR from Texas. How are you doing?
All right. This is TY and SC, correct?
It is. It is indeed.
Okay.
From
Well,
New Mexico.
The end is ever drawing nigh. What's your thoughts, real quick?
The end is ever drawing nigh?
Yes, sir.
It's an indication that your search for the treasure is within the last third of your treasure hunt, but it also represents a location that is visible to you.
Okay, sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
Here's a thought. Here's a theory for you.
Go ahead.
What if it's a direction on the compass?
I've heard that theory before. People believe because nigh also means in Old English it means left. Turn to the left. But if it's the description of a description, the description of a direction, then it has more meaning than anybody but you has imagined. So what do you think?
Well, is it not the end of the day always drawing nigh somewhere? It's, that old song, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's the end of the day is always drawing nigh, where does the end of the day draw nigh at?
Well, you tell me. You're the one calling in. I'm just a host.
Well, you got 4 guesses: northeast, south, or west.
Yeah.
Okay. So the sun sets in the
west.
Well, no, actually, I think that's the mistake that people made when somebody wrote.
Very good, Shelley.
See?
You get a gold star for tonight.
What you were saying?
No. Go ahead.
Anyway,
you've got the answer that you needed. Go ahead.
The thing is that the end of what? So it's not really. It could not be. It could be the end of the chase or to the left, but it also could be the end of the day is always drawing nigh, and that's a geographical location. It's where the sun is setting.
A direction. Yeah, west.
Yeah, west. And then if you go west, then what's after? And that's a semicolon. So that's telling you that clue is directly tied into the next clue because of the semicolon, if you know anything about grammar. And the next clue is there'll be no paddle up your creek. So if you're at the put in and you go west, there should be a creek right to your west, and then you go up the creek.
Oh, what you've concluded is that that the end is ever drawing nigh is a direction to the west, at which point you should find the creek that you either can't or don't want to paddle up.
Yeah, I'd say
and that you're continuing on that way in that direction.
Correct.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, so that's that.
That's tonight's clue from LR.
Yeah, there you go. Down at Port Aransas is going to try to catch some redfish this weekend.
Oh, nice. Redfish are very good tasting, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. As opposed to bluefish.
Redfish, bluefish, one fish, two fish. Is that what you're...
What is that, that damn blue thing that I caught that's just tastes
Bluegill?
like I don't know. It's blue something. It isn't bluefin because that's one of the albacore.
Bluegill.
But it tastes like
blue marlin.
Like you're drinking oil. That's what it tasted like. It tasted like automotive oil. It was terrible.
Okay. Well, it kind of grieved my spirit the other day when you said you didn't celebrate Christmas because I asked you to tell me your favorite Christmas tune. But
no. Actually, Shelley asked me the same question. She said, "What is your favorite tune for the holiday tune?" And I could answer that. And the reason is, at one time I used to sing in the St. Michael's Boys Choir.
There you go.
And of course, we'd sing holiday carols during the holiday season. And my favorite song at that time was "Little Drummer Boy."
Oh, I like that one too.
Yeah,
well,
nice.
if you could,
what's your favorite?
Little Town of Bethlehem.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but let's converse about another minute or two and let Shelley sing Santa Baby in the background if she could.
Do you know Santa Baby?
Santa Baby, fill a stocking under the tree for me. I don't know.
Santa Baby.
Why don't you guys do a duet and I'll just listen. I think it's great that this is all being recorded for posterity.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So anyway, here it is.
Okay.
Santa Baby, slip a sable, whatever that is, underneath the tree me.
It's a fur coat.
That's a fur coat.
Yeah. A sable is a fur coat?
Yeah, well, it's a very expensive fur coat because sable are only grown in...
Or it's the car, Mercury Sable.
Yeah.
It might not fit under the tree, though.
No, he wanted a convertible light blue.
Yeah, sable are only not grown, where they...
Farmed?
Farmed, I don't know what the right word... In Russia. And that's why one of the most... and I had one for a while. Those hats that the Russians wear that have... the
furry
ear...
hats.
Furry hats. They're made from sable, and they're hard to get. And you can't export them without permission. But yeah, sable's a very expensive brand of mink coat.
So, Shelley, what's your favorite tune, Christmas tune?
I like Where Are You Christmas?
Where Are You Christmas?
From The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I only know a Little Drummer Boy, so I'm
right,
sure I sang others.
Here's the last thought, and I'm going to run.
Okay.
The art of profundancy is simplicity.
Is it profundancy or profundity? Profundity.
Yeah, either way. Tomato.
Oh no! There is no tomato on that one. Don't you even?
Okay.
You got to.
One of those
you got to make a choice.
Profundity.
Okay. Profundity is simplicity.
Profundity is simplicity.
You know what? I agree with
brevity
you.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
And brevity is the soul of wit. Did you get?
And then since we're talking Christmas, and I'm going to sign off with this. The simplest thing. God became a baby. Listen, Merry Christmas. I'm not on the chat room tonight because I'm down at the beach here at Port Aransas, but we'll talk again.
All right. You have a good evening. Have fun.
All right.
Good holidays.
Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So that's in the Gulf, huh? Let's see what he's doing. Okay, so Jim in Ohio says, Toby, maybe nigh is as it is used in the lyrics for taps. I think that's what everybody assumes, and that's the correct usage of it. Let me go to it.
Day is done, gone the sun. Oh, that's the Girl Scout one.
Yeah. Let's see. Taps. Thank God for Wikipedia. What did we do before Wikipedia? Day is done, gone the sun, from the take.
Oh, okay. We used to sing that
from
Girl
the
Scouts.
hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest. God is nigh.
Yeah.
Meaning God is close to you.
Right.
Right. Nigh. If something is nigh, it is close to you. Like
Yes.
that stalker is nigh.
The end is close.
Yeah. My nigh is following me every place I go.
It's your shadow.
Yeah.
Me.
Good. Look at you.
And my shadow.
Okay, I got a call there while we were.
If you're going to ask me to sing songs, send me the lyrics in an email first. So, like, I don't know the words. It's like a little karaoke going on.
I'm going to call this number back.
We'll have to have a karaoke night. We get in trouble from YouTube, though.
Hello.
Hey, it's Toby and Shelley returning your call. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's it all about?
This is Stacy Harwood from Evanston, Wyoming. I've talked with you guys before.
Yeah, you have. Stacy Harwood. Yeah, we do remember. And you write us. And are you in the chat room tonight, Stacy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes, I was in the chat room.
So
I wanted to talk to you guys about the winters and all that down here. So if they're coming up here for the winters to look around, they need to make sure they bring their survival gear.
All right. So why don't you let's say somebody's not coming from other than Wyoming. What are the most important things that they can bring with them or have with them?
Make sure that they have plenty of underwear. Well, what do they call it?
Long johns?
Long johns.
Yeah. Long johns.
Yeah.
Long johns or coat, sleeping bag. Make sure that they have plenty of matches and food and stuff like that. Make sure that they have their snow chains with them because, like I said, the winters down here in Wyoming, it gets pretty wild.
So I'm assuming you're expecting that they're going to be in a 4-wheel drive vehicle versus a 2-wheel drive vehicle. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because right now I'm over here at Evanston, and the sisters over here are pretty much snowed in, and all the trucks are pretty much all pulled over to the side of the road. They ain't letting them go over unless they got snow chains.
Oh, wow. Wow. And then in terms of innerwear and outerwear, what do you recommend?
I'd say to make sure you take your long johns and your blue jeans and a nice warm coat.
Yeah.
And some Carhartts.
Yeah. Yeah. So
they can get down below zero out. They can get down below zero out here, especially in the Cody and around the Powell area. It gets pretty cold up there. It gets down below zero.
Yeah. So what I can recommend is, based on my experience, I haven't worn wool long johns for a long time, but I do wear the Lycra long johns, and then I wear another layer on top of that, not just plain. And then I have at least 3 layers on the top. I'll wear a turtleneck, and then an inner layer jacket, and then an outer layer heavier jacket that has wind breaking, that is both windproof and waterproof.
And then I'm on the inside.
And then Shelley just stays right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that you have to be aware of is your footwear, your foot gear. Silk socks followed by wool socks, followed by a really good pair of boots that do have waterproofing in them. So I think that's some really good advice for these folks that don't have that experience of being in that area.
And always check the road conditions before you go anywhere in the state of Wyoming. You don't know what you're going to fall into, especially in the middle of winter.
And do they have a toll-free number or a number that you could call to check on road conditions?
You can call YDOT, and they show the road conditions. They even got the cameras out there that will show you the road conditions in that area.
All right. And that's probably true for most states. So let me read this email. Go ahead.
That's probably another way that Finn knows on where his treasure's at, is because, like I said, most of them road cams are all over the state of Wyoming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you think that so the road cam is within, say, 500 feet of where the treasure is, so he knows if anybody is going there? Which one, which cam do you think it is?
I want to say the one that's over there around the Cody area.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's a sneaky old coot, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're going up into sunlight right now, them roads are pretty much closed over there.
Yeah.
They only drive through there once in a while to go up that path
Yeah.
that goes over there to Cook City, and
Right.
they only keep that open because of the ambulances and stuff like that. If you're going over into Sunlight and around Cook City, up into Montana that way.
So, have you
But the
lived in that
therapy-
area most of your life, or you?
I
knew
was born and raised in Powell and Cody area.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, sir, thank you.
Graduated from Powell High School and stuff like that.
Oh,
so.
cool. Well, thank you for calling in and providing that information. You can always send in if you get some special warning. I think for the most part, once Forrest says don't go out looking for the treasure, pretty much everyone follows that and doesn't do anything crazy. But you know what I'd appreciate hearing from you? Well, I'd appreciate hearing from you at any time, but I'd really appreciate hearing from you in the springtime when it's safe again. When we can send people from the flatlands up there and it's not going to be dangerous for them. That's to me, that's even more important.
Yep, I'll do that for you, Toby.
I look forward to it. I think that, and then you're welcome to call any time between now and then. But what I want to avoid is people going out because I've made that mistake. I went up into the Rio Grande National Forest and found that I couldn't get to my search area. And all it would have taken is a call to the Forest Service to let me know that. But I would like to have that conversation once things start clearing up in the spring.
Yep, and always remember if you do break down in the middle of winter, to stay next to your vehicle.
Don't
do not
go
go anywhere.
Yeah.
Stay in it. Take your, like I said, you can get them little heaters that you can put in your car and start your vehicle every once in a while to keep warm and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Eventually carry candles in your car.
Right.
In the middle of winter. Because when I was working in the oil field, they had one kid that he thought he was really smart. He thought he'd go out there and wander around chasing wild horses in the middle of winter. Well, he got lucky. By the time it was over and done with and they found him 2 weeks later,
wow.
He had a bunch of frostbite and all that. But he was running around out there in shorts and shirt and all that when I was out there in the oil field.
Mother Nature, the winter version of Mother Nature can be really, really angry version of Mother Nature.
Yeah, so you don't play with Mother Nature.
Yeah, you don't play, especially in the winter. All right, sir. Thanks for calling in, and thanks for the advice and information. And feel free to call in whenever you want. Give us an update on those things. I think pretty much everybody's learned the lesson of not going out in the wintertime, especially if you don't have the experience of winter living or working in winter weather. But we appreciate you calling in.
You're welcome. You guys have a nice night.
You too. Okay, I think
call it
it's
a night.
time to say. Don't you have a?
Did you turn the phone off?
I did.
Okay. Good night. Good night. It's time to say good night. I don't know. Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh, Sassy, we'll play your song next Wednesday. Sassy sent us a copy, an MP3 file of her singing Santa Baby. And I don't know if you heard the last time she sent us a song. What was it? What did she send us?
I don't remember.
Yeah, she sent us her singing something.
I don't think I was here that night.
Oh, no, that was just me and Sassy, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Just the two of you.
Just the two of us having a little musical interlude. Okay, so we'll play that next Wednesday. So we have something to look forward to next Wednesday. Don't forget, prizes next Wednesday include 125 million year old ammonite, a recently made key ring from the Florissant fossil beds, and one of 3D Bronze's
handy dandy mini chests.
Mini chest. If you do order anything from 3D Bronze, please use the affiliate link that I put in the description box below, because we make a little bit of commission on every sale.
Affiliateness.
Yeah, affiliateness. Okay.
Like Elliot-ness.
I don't know. What is Zoza Rocks getting? Somebody help Zoza Rocks there. Okay.
So
all right.
It's a recipe for French bread, I think. French toast, I mean.
I just can't help but dance to this thing.
We have very dancey music.
And
we always play dancey music. Hey everybody, thanks for being here on Friday the 13th, the last Friday the 13th of the entire decade, in fact. And we appreciate you being here, chatting with us, sending us some super chat, and having a great time, and giving us all those phone calls and texts and emails to interact with you on. And for Gypsy Kiss, I'm the Magical Treasure Princess
/
and life coach to the rich and famous, Shelley Carney.
And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us. GL Cannon. Yeah, you're right. We ticked off that box tonight, didn't we? Make sure you join us next Wednesday for... it's not Christmas. No, we still have one more week. Next Wednesday for a show. Yeah, don't forget to go back to last Wednesday's show. Make a comment so you qualify for next Wednesday's drawings. We don't know what we'll have for you then. So thanks for joining us tonight. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And K-Pro, Christy, and Mike, thank you for letting us play out those videos, okay?